Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy 3 Sticky D, and today we're gonna be talking about Fire King Snake Eyes, my guy. So that ban list, bro, really did something. It really did something, bro. And we're not actually playing like Snake Eye Fire King. We're playing Fire King Snake Eye. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I got OSS unbanned. We're gonna always be able to Snake Eye combo using the Fire King cards. It's pretty gas. It's actually insane. I've been labbing this deck for a cool minute, bro. And what I've been learning more and more is, like, with my experience with this deck really is just the king of comebacks. Like, you just can never count Fire King out. Like, this deck can literally just blow you out the water just off of one thing resolving. Like, this deck literally cooks, bro. It literally cooks, bro. Like, everybody getting their back blown out, bro. It's actually insane. This deck is really goated. So the variant that I'm playing is more on the fun side. I don't think that you need Snake Eye cards in your Fire King deck to win whatsoever. It's really, really fun, though. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. Sometimes Fire King can feel too mid-range, too close to the ground. And, like, you know, sometimes you have that combo itch that you really need to get that scratch. And this build, for me, was just part of the challenge to see if I could actually break the deck, to see if I could actually make the deck able to function with both engines, so that you're not having to draw both, like, a combination of Snake Eye and Fire King at the same time. The challenge for me was basically, with OSS banned, how can I actually do a Fire King Snake Eye combo, you know? And so that's what this deck is the culmination of, like, a lot of testing, theory crafting, and me basically searching through my archives to figure out how I could lab this. So this is some straight up goop, bruh. This is some straight up goop, straight hot fire. So don't forget to run me my likes, comment on the video for the algorithm, and click that notification bell and subscribe. It's free, it's easy. Do it right now while you're here, bro. It's not hard. Just do it. All right, so let's get into the deck profile. First things first, we're going to talk about the starters, which we're not playing, as far as quality goes, we're not playing like a lot of one-card starters. This deck actually does take a little bit more to play, but it makes up for that in its resiliency and honestly having the best Rizio matchup, like, just period. Like, engine to engine, like, this deck is, like, on Goblin Biker timing, bro. Like, this deck is really on Goblin Biker timing against Rizio. Like, this deck, Detonator and Baguska are just not good enough. Like, this deck has engine, archetype-specific cards that out Baguska and easily just eats Detonator, bro. So we're playing 3 Okanix. I do have a proxy because I only have 2, but we're playing 3. This is the best card in the entire deck. This card by itself, well, this card with a fire in hand, is the full combo that gets you into your Snake Eye engine. And the inboard of this card is Amblowell, IP Masquerena, Ensembled Robin, and, like, full follow-up in your grave. It's like 10 disruptions, and it's just too much to play through. Just, this card is cracked. We also play 3 copies of the Baby Chicken. This is actually just a chicken deck, bro. So we have 3 Ponix, 3 Garunix, 3 Okonix. We have 3 Sanctuary. This seems a little strange to some people, I'm sure, but there's a card that there's no better, like, way to start off with Island, in my opinion, than Sanctuary. So instead of playing multiple islands, which I typically would play like 2 and 2, I actually just like playing 3 Sanctuary, because, like, past turn 3, when you really don't really need the searches off like Fire King Island, and you draw into another island, like, it's better to just draw into another Sanctuary, especially if your opponent outed the first one, because this card's always an interruption by itself. And it's just a better draw. So I'm playing the 3-1. If I already drew the field spell, I can still activate this card. It's optional to place. And you can just have the field, like, the board wipe. So that's 10 Fire King starters. I'm playing 1 copy of Snake Eye Ash. I know that the card is at 2. Trust me when I say I know. I already have 6 normal summons. I really don't need to play 8. And I'm playing Bonfire, which makes 8, right? So that's 8 little normal summons. I'm not playing more. And I'm playing 1 copy of 1-for-1. So this is pretty much all of, like, the quality starters for the engine. You have, like, the 10 Fire King starters, and then you have, like, the 3 extra, like, this is like an honorary Fire King. And this can still, like, Snake Eye Ash can still get you the Fire King cards, but you just have to do it without, like, normal summoning, or you have to be going second so that you can crash one of your fires eventually and, like, trigger your chicken. So yeah, that's it for the starters. Then for the supplementary, we played 3 Garunix. This card's existence makes everybody play different, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, everybody moving different when they hear this card. Like, this, I'm telling you right now, people literally hear this card in their sleep. Like, This is Black Air Force energy right here. This card is just the star of the deck. It's the best card to draw. You can get hand trapped a billion times and just crash out, and like this card will literally just win you the duel on the spot. I can't even exaggerate the quality of this card. Being able to trade with interrupt, like I've had like stalemates of like two turns, bro. Like passing turn back to back, hand trap, and like resolving this card on turn 3, turn 4, whatever, bro. When it finally resolves, like, you know the game's over because they have hand trapped this card multiple times, exhausted the resources, and it just keeps coming back, bro. This card literally eats so many interruptions every single turn, and when they have no more interruptions, it just starts blowing backs, bro. This card, people just folding like laundry out here. And then we have 3 copies of Kieran. This is the card that makes everybody want to play this deck. Like, I think it's weird. Like, I want to play this deck because of this, and I can't not play this. These do also provide a turn 0 interaction. In my original iteration of Pure Fire King, I played 3 Arvada because it was like unrealistic. It's asking for a lot. There's a 3-card combo going second where if you open Kieran, Garunix, and Arvada, you can actually go Kieran, pop Arvada, summon Garunix, Garunix, pop a Kieran, and Kieran bring back the Arvada, get a non-targeting pop, and then have the Arvada for a monster negate. So it's pretty much like a turn 0. It's like Imperm Multi-Faker, but it's a 3-card combo. But just opening these 2 still allows you to produce some good value engine on your opponent's turn, and you get to start your turn with a board wipe. So these cards help you to play through interactions, and they also help you to break boards, and they're just free-flowing. They're really crazy. And like, dude, if you can just literally wipe the detonator once and take that protection off, you can just crash out with the Kieran and just deal with the detonator and damage step. So that's pretty much all the good value engine. Next we have 1 Arvada and 1 Rongbali. I like Rongbali. Oftentimes when I'm playing with my deck, I'm bringing back my Okanix and then doing Okanix combos on my opponent's turn and searching Rongbali to put up the spell trap negate. It's really easy to get Arvada. You get it off of every main combo. So this deck typically, like with engine, if you're playing under nib and just doing it the right way and not being greedy, you're getting multiple like disruptions off of non-targeting disruptions, monster negates, spell trap negates, and board wipes. And that to me is just good enough to beat every deck. We have a couple bricks. We have the honorary best brick in the deck. Shout out to this card. This is pretty much a Yang Zing, like before Yang Zings ever came out. This card is infinite. None of its effects are once per turn. There used to be an OG loop that y'all don't know about that from back in the day, bro. But this card is not once per turn. If it dies by battle, you can summon like a Kieran or an Arvada, let that die, and it'll bring this back. Then this will die, and it can bring out the next card. This card also is responsible for a lot of heinous stuff, because when you're going second, if you're able to get this out and crash this into like a detonator, you can use Garunix to loop so many times. You can go like Garunix effect, summon Kieran from deck, crash Kieran, Kieran effect, bring back Garunix, and then pop like a face down Imperm so you don't have to play through it. Crash this out again, summon out an Arvada if you want to beat Nib, go into main phase 2. If you want to keep playing, crash the Arvada again, summon this back because it's not once per turn. Crash this, use its effect, summon out the other Garunix from your deck, and then use the other Garunix, and you can pop like, bro, it's just crazy. It's actually just stupid. You can go bananas. You can also summon Ponix from your deck to get access to the field spell. You can summon out the little Garunix to get access to Snake Eye cards. Yeah, this card is actually just goated. This card's really, really good. If you summon this on your opponent's turn and they can't banish it, they're just not going to win the game. They might as well just scoop right there. This deck is really hard to OTK if you don't have non-targeting, non-destruction removal. So, yeah, crazy card. Malice is still your worst matchup, FYI. We have 1 copy of Kieran. This card is the reason why you're able to combo into your pretty much you're always able to get to your Snake Eye cards because of Kieran. Originally, I always played this card in my Pure Fire King builds because I was actually dumping cards like the Fire Kaiju, and I was dumping Ash Blossom, and I was adding those cards back off of my Sunlight Wolf. Now, I've gone even crazier, like a freaking mad lad that I am, bruh. And now I'm popping Kieran, and I'm dumping Snake Eye Ash, and bringing it back off of the Promethean Princess to go full Snake Eye combo. So it is the craziest combo this deck has, and it's the greediest one. And it's probably the one that you should do the least, because it is playing so hard in a nib. But when you already have the insulation with like an Arvada, you're chilling, bro. 1 copy of Poplar. Poplar does nothing really. It's just 2 bodies. Going second, it's like a Hail Mary SP. So it's not that great. It's not an actual starter. Oak is a better draw if you have a card to send. It can get you into engine. We have the Snake Eyes Diabell Star, and we have Flame Bleezy. So with the Snake Eyes, pretty much every single Snake Eye that's not the one of Ash are all bricks. So you are basically playing like 5 bricks. Half of them are extenders when you draw them, but these 2 are real life bricks, and there's nothing you can do about it when you draw. They're just Okanix food at that point. These cards are a lot more manageable. Like, these are all extenders if you draw them. But yeah, this build is coming with bricks, so it's not to say that like this is better than Pure Fire King. I still think Pure Fire King is just better because it can play more on the engine, and its combos are really safe in the Ultimo Charmies. The problem with this deck that I already know is the glaring weakness is it's so weak into Molcharmies, and it plays in a nib. And what I find myself often having to do is just play Pure Fire King all the time to respect the hand traps. Like, so the combo is really nice, but in like a perfect world, you can resolve it and you'll win the duel. But like, you also don't need that to win anyways. And in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, I just feel like 10 negate boards are just overkill. We're in a mid-range format where you just want like 3-4 solid interruptions, follow up in hand traps, and that's just what it is. The remaining of the engine is the double Skybird. If it was pure, I'd be playing 3. For the non-engine, we can't play that much, so we play 3 Fua. We also play 3 copies of Joel and Lockbird. These are just turn skips. They're necessary. If you're playing a lower hand trap count, your deck should incorporate these 6 because these are the highest impact hand traps, in my opinion, of the format. Next to Ash, because she hits everything, and Imperm, because you also use it as a breaker. So it's really important. So you have these 12, technically these 14 breakers, and you still have like Kirin and Garunix. This deck actually does a really good job cleaning up with just engine. Like, they really have some Consuela going on, bro. Like, they really got that. They really got it, bro. Like, this deck really got it. Like, I don't think it needs really too much. For extra deck, the Honorary Fire King deck, the Honorary Fire King card is Pit Knight early. Y'all don't know about this card? I feel bad for you. I genuinely feel bad for you. This is an infinitely recurable monster negate that makes the attack 0, so you can just OTK 1 punch. This card's crazy. Every time it dies, it comes back. So it's infinite fodder to pop for your Fire King stuff. It's perfect synergy with Ambloel. It's everything. If you're going to make Promethean, and you're already playing in a nib, make this and then use this plus the other body, make Promethean. So when you make Ambloel, your inboard for Ambloel, it will get popped with the Princess. The Ambloel will bring this back. This will negate, and then this will die and trigger Ambloel to pop another card. You get like 3 interruptions just by making Princess, excluding Garunix and all your Fire King stuff. So it's really good. We have a copy of Sunlight Wolf. This card just mostly is just going to recycle Ash. And sometimes I recycle like back the Kirin or the wrong volley to summon it back out on my opponent's turn. But like when I know what deck I'm playing against, like I used to, this is what something I was doing in branded format. Like not branded format, but the format branded was really popular. I was just popping Kirin, dumping Ash in, and adding Ash off the Sunlight Wolf. And my board plus Ash was just enough. And then we have Hida. This is the reason why if this deck gets Ash that you're always able to just combo. So yeah, this is the biggest punish right now. Like, we have SP, IP, Promethean, Ambloel, the shoutouts Ambloel. This card, I make this. This is like my heretic seal. Like my win rate just goes up through the roof, bro. Just every game I'm making this, I just feel a lot more confident, bro. Like, this is not coming up that much, but this is another like free-flowing infinite body. So this, cards like this and Princess and Pit Knight early are part of the reason why this deck just is so irritating to play against. Because you have like free-floating Garunix, infinite loops of Garunix coming back to blow the board up. The other Garunix coming from the grave and like extending. So you have both the Garunixes just floating everywhere. You have like infinite Arvadas. You have these cards coming back every single turn. Like you just have so much excessive resources that are just free-flowing and just recurring over and over and over. It's just so hard to kill this deck. It really is. Like, this deck will just win just because you can't kill it, bro. Like, literally. And then we have the one Anima. I'm playing Ensemble Robin. I'll explain how this works in the combo, but this is just part of your crackback. You use it as an actual interruption, but this is like part of the sauce. I'll show you guys the goo later, but this card, you have to play something that can detach Poplar. Yes, you'll thank me later. The 2 rank 8s, I can easily play 2 of this, but I think Zombie Vampire is a better card than this sometimes. So I actually like both. Typhon and then the Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. This card makes me want to play Snake Eyes. I actually really like this card a lot. I'm probably going to play it in my White Forest deck, though, high key. So now I'm going to show you guys the Okanix combo. It's going to be upside down now. So we're just going to go Okanix with a fire in hand. I'm going to make it really quick. Let me check the time really fast. Yeah, we're chilling. We're big time chilling. So we're only 15 minutes in. So yeah, if this combo resolves, like, yes, the game is over, bro. So Okanix pop, effect to add Ponix, effect of Ponix summon, effect of Ponix on summon, search, add Sanctuary, activate Sanctuary, use the Sanctuary to place the island. As soon as I find the island, then we're going to activate island. This does play in the nib, but it doesn't have to. There's different variations to all the Okanix combos. You can play in the nib or not play in the nib, and you'll still win either way if the Okanix resolves. That's just how Yu-Gi-Oh! Feels right now. Is like, there's so many hand traps that, like, you just want to capitalize off your resolutions. If a card resolves, the next thing that you want to think of is, what are you going to play into, and is it worth it? Because if I got this far with Okanix, the only thing that's stopping me is nib. So am I going to play in a nib in real life? No, not really, because that's the only thing that can stop me. I'm going to capitalize on my resolution, and I'm just going to ride my victory that way, bro. So we're definitely riding like this Okanix to victory by not playing in the nib. But I'm just going to show you guys how you get the Snake Eye combo. Remember, this is a fun project. So you pop Okanix, add Garunix, Chainlink 1 Garunix, Chainlink 2 Okanix. Okanix is going to summon out the OG Garunix. And when I tell you this deck has been a ton of fun, I kid you not. It's just so refreshing. Summon out that. Effects of the new Garunix. You're actually going to use this effect to, like I told you, pop Kieran. Kieran's effect is going to allow you to Foolish Burial any fire monster. So you're actually going to dump Snake Eye Ash. And then from here, you can just link these two off into a Pit Knight early. Dang, where is that guy? Let me find him. He's somewhere. Go into Pit Knight early, and then take the chicken plus Pit Knight early, and go up into Promethean. And yes, I know it plays in the nib. Bro, I don't need to see it in the comments 10 times. Like, we already said it, bro. Promethean effect, bring back the Ash. If you don't want to play in the nib, then just don't do this combo. You can do regular Fire King stuff. You already have Sanctuary, like, you're fine. I'm just showing you guys something really cool. Effect of Snake Eye Ash. This is pretty much OSS. Like, Okanix is original Sinful Spoils, but inverse. Like, originally it was Snake Eye Fire King with the small Fire King package. This is Fire King Snake Eye with a small Snake Eye package. So the OSS ban basically means we're playing the deck on an inverse spectrum, if that makes sense. But I like this variant a lot more. It's a lot more fun because, like, it feels like you can just play actual Fire King totally fine without the Snake Eye cards. But when you want to go super aggro and, like, kill with critical mass, you always have this, like, readily available to you. Because all you need to do while you're looping the Garunixes is to just decide to pop Kieran any of the times you'd pop something else. And you can immediately just pivot into Snake Eye cards. And that's sometimes what you do. You grind it out with Fire Kings, and when you're ready to kill, you can just OTK with Snake Eyes. So I still like how this deck has, like, that sword and shield aspect to it. But I don't think that it's, like, the most viable variant, obviously. Ash, add Poplar. Poplar effect to add Dramatic Chase. You can't play Temple in a deck that plays Fire King Island, in my opinion. You're going to activate the Dramatic Chase and place the Diabell Star. The next thing you'll do is take the Poplar and the Princess and make Amblowell. Then you'll activate Poplar to literally place itself. It doesn't matter. And then you're going to go Ash, send Poplar, and summon Oak. And you're going to use Oak to send itself and the Ash after you bring it back off the Oak and summon out Flame Bleezy. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the Diabell Star and Spell Trap Zone the Poplar, for example. And then you're going to activate Flame Bleezy to target literally any fire. It doesn't matter. Like target Oak. Spell Trap Zone that. And then you're going to Contact Fuse into Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. Use this effect to put the Diabell back into the Spell Trap Zone for follow-up specifically. For follow-up. Because what this combo does is it simulates a broken, unbreakable board and then gives you the crackback to do infinite things on the next turn. And I'll show you guys. Because what makes this combo so scary is the follow-up that it generates for you. This actually should be on the right side of the board. So you'll take the Flamberge and the Doom, and you'll make IP Masquerena. And you're going to put IP here. because this zone is where the SP is going to go. The SP is going to be here or here, as long as SP can point this way so that your Pit Knight early can come back off of Amblowell's effect when you pop it with Princess, and you put Pit Knight early on the zone where SP Little Knight points to, so you can go SP Banish, Chain Pit Knight, Negate. So basically SP and Pit Knight together says Negate and Banish on any monster. So it's like pretty crazy. It's like Detonator plus Valor, but better. So it's a really strong interaction. You need to be able to do that. So you summon Masquerena under the Amblowell zone, and you trigger your Flame Bleezy, and you're going to summon back Poplar and Ash, and then you're going to overlay these into an Ensembled Robin. So the reason why you're doing is this because you're not going to do Snake Eyes Dramatic Chase to summon on this end phase. Snake Eyes Dramatic Chase just summons during the end phase, so you can do it on your end phase or your opponent's end phase. So what happens is, like, this board's crazy. You have, like, detaches to bounce special summon monsters. Once you detach the Poplar, that's why you make the XYZ, to have control over when you detach Poplar, because what you're going to do is use Poplar to place the Flamberge from your grave back to your spell trap zone, so that after your opponent doesn't play through this infinite disruption board, because IP, SP, Ensemble Robin, Amblowell into Pit Knight, into Princess, into Garunix, into a board wipe, into non-targeting pops, into monster negates and spell trap negates, is literally just, I can show you how to do it. You can get it all just by summoning Okanix. It's just broken. Like, it's literally a crazy combo. It's 10 disruptions. During your opponent's in phase, you know, the poor unfortunate soul doesn't know that you're going to do this, because if they somehow miraculously play through the board, you have in phase Dramatic Chase to place, to summon the Flamberge from the spell trap zone. So if, like, worst case scenario, you get evenly matched and just like everything, nothing resolves, nothing resolves except you detaching Robin, which would be a miracle if that somehow happens. You can't even get out Princess. You can't even summon Princess. They just call by, impulse you, you know, evenly you. They just do it all, right? You always have this crackback no matter what to go Dramatic Chase, summon Flamberge, and you start your turn off with Diabell Star to spell trap zone the Poplar, and you have Flame Bleezy to push something back, which will bait a negation. You can go Battle Phase, Diabell Star attack if you need to push something else back, which will bait a negate. And you also can go into Garunix, obviously, which is crazy. You can overlay into Garunix or Zombie Vampire. And you can go Zombie Vampire, for example, detach Flamberge, mill, summon 2. But what I would do is just Link Climb and just go crazy. I would just like Link Climb, get some Charmers going, get some SP action, do something to force cards out, and then I would Hail Mary into the Raging Phoenix Zelantis OTK. So yeah, the inboard guarantees a actual controllable OTK on the crackback. If all else, when I say it's impossible for none of this, like, it is literally impossible for your opponent to stop this whole board from happening. Like, if they somehow stop, they have impulse call by, right? Like, let's say they evenly match your board and you keep Amblowell, and then you try and play and they go like call by your Princess, and then they you know, impulse your Garunix or vice versa, either way, and like Amblowell just dies and nothing happens. You still, no matter what, will be able to do that, because when they banish Ensembled Robin face down off evenly, the Poplar goes to the grave, which will allow you to, on a new chain, place the Flamberge. So you'll always get the Flamberge back, and that's just like the important aspect of that combo, is that it's like an unbreakable board, but if the impossible happens, you have a controlled way to get back to engine with not relying on the Garunix, even though this should always be reliable. So yeah, thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you so much for seeing my crazy genius combo. I know you guys like it. And thank you so much for watching this video. God bless you guys. Don't do drugs. Don't hurt your brain cells. Make good choices. Stay tuned for future content. And deuces is wild, y'all.